Peace, family. Peace to you and yours, Brother Red Pill, reporting live and direct. Before we begin today's program, today's announcement is we are in Kentucky. All right, we are in Kentucky at the Knowledge Fest. This is going to be a very, very powerful event. The link is in the bio. We have live stream options today, live stream options in order to tap in and see me and Blue Pill's presentation. The evolution will be digitized and emancipation ain't freedom. That will be the only lecture that you'll be able to have access to. The link is in the bio. If anybody wants to tap into this powerful event celebrating the Juneteenth, but not just only celebrating Juneteenth, celebrating the Knowledge Fest, which has been taking place in Kentucky for years now. All right, so the link is in the bio. All right, with that being said, peace to the family. Welcome everyone on this happy Juneteenth / solstice / Father Day weekend. All right, there's a lot going on this weekend, so we're gonna celebrate everything. Yeah, we're here. What's good with you, Frida? I see Frida in the building. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give the family a little bit of time to get into the building, and then we're gonna do a roll call. Yeah, this is a Saturday, early Saturday, so I know some people might be cleaning up the crib. But yeah, we tapping in. You know what I'm talking about? Gracious morning to you too. Well, we say rising. We don't even say morning. We say grand rising and gracious rising to you as well. You know what I mean? Salute to all of the family that's out there. Every single person. I want to do roll call. I want to know who is in the building. Where are we tapped in from? Where are we broadcasting from? Where are we domiciling? Where we at? You know what I'm talking about? I sound stuffy? Nah, I'm not stuffy. I'm not stuffy. It's that early morning voice. I didn't get any liquids in my system as of yet. So when I get something hot to drink, maybe some tea, or I get some water, then my vocals get better. Colorado is in the building, all right? PG County is in the building. The UK is in the building. That's what's up. I see it when we do these earlier shows, we'll be able to tap into our international audience because when we go live, usually it's 1 a.m. or midnight, and around the world, people are sleeping. Yep, you see that? Tapping in from Italy. Yeah, this is going to be a global show today. And that's a beautiful thing because today's announcement that I made and today's message is really for the global audience who are not in America, who want to see our presentation today when we do it in America, when we're in Kentucky, or for the people that don't live in Kentucky, but you want the information, you want to be a part of history, you want to, you know what I mean? Like, you want to tap into to the movement, you want to get the lesson for today. You feel me? So that's what we have available because I promise you, a lineup like this, you might not ever see a lineup like this again. Styles P from the Locks, right? Brother Ben X from BWO, Red and Blue Pill from KTL, Sabir Bay, and Dr. Boyce Watkins. You know what I mean? And that's just the lineup. Not to say who's gonna pop up. So, Philly in the building, Fort Wayne, Indiana. All right, Indiana's right across the bridge. I visited Indiana yesterday. Salute to the family out in Indiana. Indiana, yeah. I saw, I was at a nice spot, yo. There was a brother, I went to a brother's spot, and this he has an array of natural products, right? Natural leaf products, right? The natural leaf products, right? A bunch of hemp. He had a selection of hemp that I've never seen before, right? CBD wraps. You feel me? CBD wraps. It is very important. It is very imperative. And it is very advantageous to anybody that's out there indulging in the marijuana or if you smoke whatever you smoke, right? I'm not here to judge anybody based off of whatever it is that they indulge in. But what I am saying is backwoods, tobacco, leaves, all of these things have to be stopped. You have to stop smoking these immediately. The only reason why I say that, which why I'm saying that that's so important, is because there's mad options that are out there right now. There's rice paper, right? There's 1,000 different hemp products. You know what I'm talking about? There's just different options. So the fact that the Biden administration is talking about banning tobacco products, that might be one of the best things that administration has done, if they wind up doing it, because they're just talking about it. They haven't done it yet. But if they pull through with that, then that's going to be honorable, because the menthols is messing us up. You know what I mean? And one of the things that we can do as entrepreneurs is that we can get a hold of the hemp market. I taught about this in a workshop. I have many people who are graduates of that workshop who are getting busy, and they have hemp products. Some of them are affiliates of other companies that sell hemp products. They're dealing with the CBD now. They're dealing with the Delta 8. They're dealing with the hemp products, not just for wraps, but for things like clothes. Canada's in the building. Salute to Canada. All right. Denver is in the building. H-Town is in the building. Richmond is in the building. Motor City, Detroit. What up, though? All right. Toronto is in the building. Harrisburg is in the building. Milwaukee's in the building. Philly is in the building. Fort Wayne is in the building. You know what I'm talking about? So y'all feel me what I'm talking about with these raps. So not only did I make the contact with the brother, I had a conversation with the brother yesterday in his shop, and I was like, "Yo, I want this. I want to open up business. I want you to." Yours, brother, Red Pill reporting live and direct. I am here in Indiana. I'm with my peoples right here. A black-owned barber academy, but inside this academy, these brothers have a powerful setup, a dope setup, an all hemp lineup of pre-rolls, wraps. I'm gonna let them break it down for you. So basically what we got here is we sell all natural hemp products. Goji berry, we don't do no nicotine, no... Whoever smoked a goji berry, yo. Somebody talk black to me. Who's ever smoked a blunt, a L, some trees, some exotic, in a goji berry wrap? Please talk to me. You know what I'm talking about? Please talk to me. Because I'm like, why didn't you tell me about this shit before? Why I gotta find out on my own? Yo, that right there, that's a different type of smoking. You know what I'm talking about? That's a whole nother type of hit. So check this out. This is my dude. Oh, you smoked a blueberry one. He's gonna show you the goji berry. Contact him. He's open for business. I'm gonna edit this commercial and I'm gonna put it out. I'm giving everybody on the show a sneak peek and whatnot. This is the raw footage and whatnot. I'm not gonna show you the whole thing, but stream chasers, people that are part of the network, you're gonna have access, especially my stream chasers. You're gonna have access to the plug. This is the plug. You know what I mean? And he has distribution around. He sends it to everywhere. So put down the backwoods, the cigarillos, whatever you name, the Al Capone. So anything like that, we're like the vegan specialists of wraps. You want all natural. You don't want the choking. You don't want the coughing. Come see us right here in Indiana. And we do ship. Well, we got pretty much everything. Our biggest seller is the Mike Tyson wrap. Thanks, shout out to Mike Tyson. Yeah, the Mike Tyson shit is official. But all that stuff is all natural. Show them the goji berries too. This is exclusive. No one in the United States got access to goji berry wraps but us. The goji berry wraps. You can sell them pre-rolls and body the market wherever you live. Got the different King Palms, different flavors.
Margarita.
Anybody that
Passion, Magic Mint, and King Banana Cream. I ain't seen that before. So everything we got is all exclusive. Yep. So if you want to smoke good, come catch us in the hood.
Yeah, man. So somebody said, what store is this? I'm gonna send you my email, right? This is how we'll do it so we don't get nothing confused, right? You'll be able to go through our channels, right? And then we'll be able to plug you in. Anybody that's looking to shop wholesale, because I just showed you the product. Anybody that's ready to shop wholesale, hit me up on the Proton Mail, right? This is how we're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm the liaison. I'm the bridge by which you'll walk over and get yourself plugged into the wholesaler. Because think about it. And this is for places where marijuana is legal, and I'm only talking to people who have the license to sell marijuana. Let's be clear. I don't want to confuse anybody in the YouTube land that I'm soliciting illegal activity, because that is not what I'm doing. I'm speaking to millions of people, right? What I'm doing is I'm speaking to millions of people. Henceforth, why I did the roll call, so I know that there's different states and regions where marijuana is legal, so it could give it gives me the constitutional right to talk about it on this YouTube channel. Because when I did the roll call, there were people who were shouting out states where marijuana is legal. So for those who are watching this, what I just showed you was a video of a supplier, a melanated man, that is, right? And this supplier has an array. He has a plethora of natural products, right, that are essential to you getting high, or for people getting high. Now, if I know one thing, what up, King Simon? Salute. If there's one thing that I know, right, there's billions of dollars in the market of people getting high. I'm not here to judge. I'm here to smudge, but I'm here to build up your, I'm helping you with your vision, your business vision. You know what I'm saying? Your entrepreneurial vision. We are embarking on the summer solstice, Father's Day, and Juneteenth. Think about the metaphysics of that. Look at that metaphysically, right? Father's Day, for the fathers out there, the ones who are essential, the ones who are, the builders and whatnot. Okay, I see you in the A. Yes, I see you in the A, King Simon, at the Kambata in the Loaded Lux video with our good sister, Cy Rock. Before I even start, let me just do a quick commercial. I'm feeling beautiful. You know what I'm saying? These brothers are going to be in Atlanta tomorrow making a movie, right? Real quick. Boom. Beautiful video shoot. Hold on, y'all. Let me share this. This is tomorrow, y'all, in Atlanta. 1 p.m. Right? 1 p.m. at the West End Park. 1 p.m.
I feel it beautiful. You're actually beautiful. Like a movie and it's my girl is beautiful. Beautiful. Shit, cutie with a booty too. From a doobie to everything beautiful. Beautiful. Take this out and make it suitable. Like a baby out of my life is beautiful. Beautiful. I'm a spirit in a human suit, but I wear it like a Gucci suit. Beautiful day. I wake up in my room and I pray. Then I go to the hoop and I play. Then I go to the booth and I aim. When I saw a rain cloud in the sky, I woke up and blew it away. I make it blue and it's gray. It's nothing as new as today.
That's tomorrow in Atlanta. You could live in El Segundo. It don't matter. Flights are cheap. You know what I'm talking about? Pull up. Yeah, pay me in crypto. Pull up. So back to the conversation for the chronic mandem, right? Because like I said, we did a workshop on legal marijuana, legal weed, and hemp. It was only a few months ago. And ever since then, things have been moving in a beautiful direction. I am here to empower you. I am here to give you options. I'm here to show you the different income streams that are out there. Ever since we start talking about stream chasers, I've been introduced to 100 new streams. You know what I'm talking about? 100. We're going to talk about some of those income streams today in Kentucky during our lecture. And we have the opportunity for anybody who wants to tap into that lecture to be able to see the lecture, especially if you live around the world. You know what I mean? I want you to be able to get this information in real time, because the information that we're giving you, you can apply it to wherever you live. We know that the game is digital now. The evolution will be digitized. The world is digital. So the world is your marketplace, right? So think about it. You live in places where marijuana is legal. I just showed you a manufacturer who has goji berry wraps, right? So now we're talking exotic now. Now we're not just talking regular smoking a blunt, because what is getting rid of white owls, Philly blunts, you know what I'm saying? What is getting rid of those? What is getting rid of backwoods? It's taking the hood element. It's taking the ghetto element. It's taking the unhealthy element. It's taking the acidic route. It's taking the quote unquote, it's taking niggas out of weed. It's kind of ending that era, right? It's going to end that era. What is going to be ushered in? What's going to be ushered in is more healthier options. What's going to be ushered in is a new quote unquote wave, a new era, right, of marijuana smoking. That's what we're getting into. A new era of marijuana smoking is going to be introduced, and the way that they're going to christen that new era is what you're going to smoke it through. You know? Bro, I was sipping on marijuana lean the other day, right? I was sipping on liquid THC. So what they're going to do, what they're doing by getting rid of blunts and tobacco products, right? When they get rid of tobacco products, when the government says, yo, we want to get rid of blunts, we want to get rid of backwoods, we want to get rid of Phillies, we want to get rid of Dutch Masters, we want to get rid of White Owls, we want to get rid of Bluntvilles. What they're saying is we want to end an era. We're ending an era. When you think blunts, what does it equate to? Blunts are equated to niggas. You don't hear white people talking about they're smoking Dutch Masters. You know what I'm talking about? Because they know what the fuck that means. You don't hear white people talking about, I'm smoking on backwoods. You know what I'm saying? Blunts. So now that the game is going legal, now that marijuana is going legal, disclaimer, once again, before I begin, because I turned on my Instagram and I went live over there. I'm talking to people who live in a state where marijuana is currently legal. I'm having a business meeting with my constituents. You know what I'm talking about? I'm having a conversation with my constituents. Why don't we just eat the goji berries or drink the goji berry tea? Look, we should do that while we're smoking our blunts with our goji berry wraps. I don't even call it blunts anymore, because we got to change the lingo. We got to change the lexicon. We got to change the language. We have to upgrade with, hold on. We got to upgrade with the whole industry. So as the industry upgrades, our lexicon needs to upgrade. We can't talk about, shout out to Blue Pill in the building. Yes. So marijuana has gone legal, right? The marijuana industry is now a multi-billion-dollar, soon to be multi-trillion-dollar industry. It's legal in mass states, right? And these are the states that I'm speaking to right now about this legal game. They're removing tobacco products, and those tobacco products are intricately tied into an era, right? And by tying it into an era, you're also tying it into like an archetype. You're tying into the hip hop community. Those were the people who popularized blunts. Those were the people that popularized Blackwoods. Those are the people that popularized unhealthy smoking paraphernalia for marijuana that they're going to come out and say was unhealthy to begin with because it wasn't grown the way that they're about to start growing it in these labs and whatnot, in the way that they're about to start growing it with these multi-million-dollar growing operations that one of the Jay-Z is a huge player in, by the way. I'm going to bring this up in a minute. So for anybody that's in this business, that's a plus. For anybody that's in this business, that's a come up. For anybody that's in this business, that is this is the beginning of a new era, right? Whatever Biden and them do by taking away the tobacco, that's a good thing because we're in a new era of marijuana, legal marijuana.
Can you give me some backstory about the tobacco?
What do you mean?
About? They're taking away tobacco.
They're about to they're about to ban all menthol products. They're about to ban the tobacco blunts, the tobacco wraps. Bro, go and Google it. Joe Biden and them they're putting in legislation where they're banning the tobacco products that are in these stores. Go and pull it up, right? And they're ushering in these new products because the government is about to take over, or they already got their hand in the legal weed game. So the CBD wraps, the hemp wraps, the rice paper wraps, the goji berry wraps. This nigga's got goji berry wraps. I smoked it yesterday. Fire. It tastes like goji berry. What? Look, I got the video. I just played it for them. Goji berry wraps. So that's right. So this is a new era of it's almost like boutique in a sense.
Look, one of the interesting statistics that I've seen.
I want you to pull up that story while you're talking.
Right. They said that tobacco use, though,
right,
is at its all-time high.
Right, exactly.
Tobacco use is
at its all-time high. Right.
When big tobacco is coming into marijuana.
Right.
Case in point, right? New York City's just shut down Delta 8.
Right.
You feel me? New York City shut down Delta 8 and Colorado followed. I think it's about 12 states that shut down Delta 8.
Right.
So they running down on Delta 8 like they are on critical race theory.
Right. Try to eradicate it.
Okay, they're trying to eradicate it. So you got to ask yourself, all of a sudden, why are they so concerned to say, oh, as, chemical products, and God damn it, and THC don't?
Right.
So why are they running down on Delta 8? Because big tobacco and big pharma, right, are attempting to make a multi-billion, if not $1 trillion play with legalized THC, and they don't want no competition.
All right, Kerry Keaton said, capitalism, play it. Go ahead, man. I just want to say, how you preach self-help wealth and then put smoke in your body, huh? What I'm preaching is that there's people out here who are indulging in marijuana usage. They're indulging in different type of smoke products, right? What I don't indulge in is overdoing anything, right? What I don't indulge in is even the recreational aspect of marijuana. But what I do know is as a crop, right? As a crop, historically, throughout time immemorial, this is something that our ancestors have been utilizing from time immemorial. Before you knew that it was, that smoking it was detrimental to your health, which it definitely is. But what we're talking about is moderation. But what we're talking about is ceremony. And what we're also talking about is the aspect of it being a crop, a business. So whatever people do with it, that's what people are going to do with it. You know what I'm talking about? And we're here to also educate at the same time about not overindulging, right? And also knowing what it is that you're dealing with. So there's also health applications to the hemp. We're talking about CBD, CBG,
Right.
and yeah. So the tobacco products being taken out of the stores and being replaced with these hemp products and with the rice products and with other products, that is a step in a forward direction to help out people, because I promise you, a majority of the health issues that people were having were not coming from the marijuana or the actual bud and whatnot. It was coming from the leaves. It was coming from the tobaccos. It was coming from the 800 chemicals that you find in a wrap. Red, what about Delta 8? And I would say Delta 8 is even more healthier than the actual marijuana, the GMO marijuana that they got out here in these streets.
Delta 44.
Delta 44 right here. You know what I'm talking about? Delta 44 right here. So we're steering you, right? Instead of steering you in a further direction to put you in a health crisis, you know what I'm talking about? Or to further put your health at risk, we're steering you in a direction where there are options, right? Other than the GMO weed, there are options other than smoking the blunts. There are options other than smoking the tobacco or the chemicals and whatnot. You know, when you smoke a Dutch and you get lightheaded, you know, when you hit a blunt or a leaf and whatnot, and you feel like you've been hit with a goddamn magic wand or something, like you about to, like somebody trying to beam you up. You know what I mean? You getting burned, you get stars around your head. That's not natural. That's not natural. Not supposed to be doing that. Delta 8 works amazing with CBD. It definitely does. You know what I'm talking about? It definitely does. Wherever you live, make sure you gather some of that in abundance if you have the option to. Or Delta 8 is not created equal. It is. It's not created equal. Right. Keep that Delta 8 on deck, Shelton. That's what's up. That's what's up. You had to stop using blunt roll because it was too harsh on the throat. Yeah, it's real harsh on the throatington. You know what I'm talking about? It give you that Marge Simpson voice, huh? Pause. Nah, that's a sister that said that. I smoke now. I'm no saint. Yeah. And you know, I know that you're not a saint, you know what I mean? And nobody, that's what I'm saying. That's why we're having a grown ass conversation amongst grown people, and we're not being judgmental. You feel me? So even though you know that putting smoke in your body doesn't promote a lot of health, and then you still do it, we know that we're striving to get to a place where, you know, we're doing it as less as possible, or at none at all, you know, or none at all. That's the journey that we're all on to reach that 0 point. 969 said they rolling up right now. That's right. Scroll up. So the manufacturer is here, and I'm giving you access to said manufacturer, right? I want you to be able to tap in to the brother, a melanated brother, right, who owns multiple businesses. He owns Airbnbs, barbershops, but he also has a huge selection of natural wraps, goji berry wraps, rice paper wraps, hemp wraps, and things of that nature. Hit me on the email, the red pillar at Proton, and I will get you in touch with him. We will be advertising his company on this on Melanin Monday and Third Eye Thursdays very soon as well. Red Pillar 75 at protonmail.com. Red Pillar 75 at protonmail.com. You need them in LA? Well, then you need to holler at me. And what I was saying a minute ago is this is the lick. To me, the lick is pre-rolls, right? The lick is pre-rolls. You know what I'm talking about? The lick is pre-rolls. Get your pre-rolls wrapped. You know what I mean? Already wrapped a goji berry and some exotic or something that's, you know, something that complements it. And, you know, that's how you could you could really benefit off of just having it prepared. Because a lot of people want their cones already stuffed. You know what I'm saying? They want their trees. That's what we're talking about. We're moving more so into the realms of outside of the realms of splitting the Dutch down the middle, breaking it down. You know, some people want to build their own blunts, but we're moving more into a upper echelon of marijuana connoisseurism. You know what I mean? That's where they're headed. That's where Jay-Z and them is at. Because when you go to Monologue, his brand, Monogram, pardon me, when you go to Monogram, which is Jay-Z's cannabis brand, it's like it's almost like, remember the Al Capone cigars?
Yeah, you buying $50 of pre-rolls.
You buying $50 of pre-rolls, right? You're buying $50 of pre-rolls. So that's an option. That's an option. What about the saucy pre-rolls? Yes. Saucy pre-rolls with hash and wax salads. Yep. So yeah, that's what it is, y'all. So yeah, we're gonna talk about today. What today is? Today's you know, this whole weekend is a very powerful weekend. The way that this whole weekend is lining up is very interesting when you look at it. You have Juneteenth, which is the celebration of the Emancipation Proclamation that our brothers in Galveston, Texas received. They received their quote unquote freedom papers 2 years later. Talk about snail mail, right? 2 years later, our brothers in Galveston, Texas, you know, out there in the Lone Star State. Salute to the family out there in Texas. I've been to Galveston Beach. It's beautiful out there in Galveston. Very, very rich land. And they've made it a federal holiday, right? They christened this a federal holiday just this week. Joe Biden went ahead and put that on the books. That's going to be part of his legacy, okay? But along with the Emancipation Proclamation this weekend, along with Juneteenth this weekend, we have Father's Day, right? And then we also have...
Nobody talking about that.
And that's not really coming up in conversations, which is understandable. And then we also have the summer solstice.
At all.
Which is about a father, right? Which coincides with Father's Day. Which coincides with the father. We just had a solar eclipse. And one of the subtitles to the lecture that we'll be doing today is Emancipation Ain't Freedom. But the evolution will be digitized. So while we celebrate this new federal holiday where people get to take the day off and have a barbecue and whatnot, and be very joyous about the fact that there was a contingency of our people who didn't have media, who was not plugged in, right? They were not tapped in. They wasn't woke, right? They were not woke. They didn't have anybody on the ground who were going to do what? Free them. Because freedom only comes from the truth. If you don't have the truth, you have an absence of freedom. Okay? You cannot have freedom if you don't have truth. So the truth will set you free. The truth will set you free. And our brothers and sisters in Galveston, Texas, the same way that our brothers and sisters in Galveston, Texas, to this day, don't have the truth. Our brothers and sisters in Kentucky, the home state of Breonna Taylor, don't have the truth. They use that event to put our people into a further state of sleep. They use that event to put our people in a further state of the opposite of an emancipation. A lot of organizations came and they pillaged this city. They took all of the grants. They took all of the free money that was out there. They took all of the opportunity and they hit the motherfucking road. And what do they leave? They come and suck these cities dry. I promise you, it's almost like a lottery for let's go to a state that's democratic where they just killed the nigga because they're chasing bags. There's bags attached to that. Niggas got bags attached to their bodies and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? You know, the Moors came around and they taught us about the bags that are attached to us, all of the policies, all of the quote unquote grants, all of the extra, all of the red tape that they have on their property and whatnot. And these ambulance chasers have figured out how to finagle that. So we you know, I find myself going to a lot of cities that have been in the spotlight, and we visit these cities years later. And when we visit these cities years later, we have the conversation with the community and we ask them, well, what has changed? You know, what's been created? You know what I'm talking about? What roles grew out of this concrete and whatnot? What institutions have been built? You feel me? How many children have been saved? And unfortunately, to the detriment of a lot of these places that we visit, there's been no movement, no growth. It's really just more disunity, more confusion, more chaos. And whatever these people stood for in the beginning has been skewered. So, you know, we're gonna tap in with the family out here in Kentucky today. I hope that I meet the family of Breonna Taylor. I hope I have the opportunity to meet them. I was on the phone yesterday with a family member, a cousin of Muhammad Ali, right? I built with that brother. Salute to that king. You know, there's a lot of people in Kentucky doing a lot of big things. I just showed you a video of one of those brothers earlier who has access to distribution, right? To the quote unquote healthy option for smokers that are out there, right? Especially brothers and sisters that are in the quote unquote marijuana game. Okay. And I know that there's a lot of them. Okay. So we want you to have a healthy option. And not only that, we want you to also enterprise off of this new market and whatnot. So we're giving you access to be a wholesaler. We're giving you access to these products on a wholesale level. Who does that? Okay. So the brother will be there. That's the email, redpillar75@protonmail. Serious inquiries only. That's the disclaimer. Serious inquiries only. I'm not Siri. I will answer any questions that you have, but serious inquiries only. Thank you. So, you know, shout out to the Indiana family. Shout out to the Cincinnati family. Shout out to the quote unquote Kentucky family. Shout out to Razben. I would love to have our good brother Razben come down here, because one of the things that I felt the minute I got off of the plane, one of the things that I felt whilst on the plane and looking through the window was a very, very, very strong ancestral energy on this land, on this grid right here. This has a very strong ancestral energy. When I look in the eyes of the brothers and the sisters that live out here, my spirit is like, they've always been here. You know, they've always been here. A lot of them, that is. You know, so this is very, very sacred land, and it's always where there's sacred land that we find, you know, both dysfunction and growth. Hold on. All right. So Father's Day weekend. Shout out to all of the fathers out there. Father's Day weekend. Shout out. Come through real quick, Sabir. Shout out to all of the babas out there, right? Shout out to all of the fathers. Shout out to all of the babas. Shout out to all of the uncles. Shout out to all of the grandfathers. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. This is a beautiful baba right here. My good brother Sabir, the Traveling Moor. You know what I'm talking about? He's gonna be a presenter today. Are you live streaming your event?
No, man. No live streaming in there.
No, they told me we could live stream our segment. I'm live streaming mine.
I ain't live streaming. I'm good.
Okay.
Y'all stream y'all.
Yeah, we streaming out. You see that? That's why I told you. Only our segment. We ain't doing the whole thing. Yeah. We're gonna give you us.
Yeah.
No, you know what I mean? But this is a beautiful Baba right here. Peace. He's been a father to many people with his teachings. Right? He's raised up many Moors, you know what I'm saying, with the information, by traveling, by taking them into these jurisdictions and whatnot, and showing and proving. You know what I mean?
That's a shot. I'm
So,
gonna
yeah.
get my
All right,
coffee.
get your
Y'all waiting for a ride?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some coffee.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab some coffee.
Well, hurry up because we about to roll out.
I know. I'm gonna shoot driving.
Okay.
I asked you if y'all want to go. I mean,
yeah, nah. We gonna wait for the whip. Yeah.
All right, because we're gonna get some coffee and I'm going straight there.
All right, I'll see you at the
y'all.
spot. Peace, y'all. I'll see you at the spot. You feel me? Father's Day, and we also have the summer solstice. So for all of my brothers and sisters who have been hibernating and basically getting ready for this pull-up summer, for this pop-out summer, you know, this hashtag outside summer, you know what I mean? Niggas is outside, you know what I mean? It's time to go outside now, you know. This is that time. Summer represents, you know, coming forth. Summer represents blossoming and blooming. Summer represents rebirth. Summer represents a new body. Summer represents a new energy, a new purpose, a new charge and whatnot. So, you know, we want to definitely say for my brothers and sisters, for everybody that's going through, because this was not an easy winter. This was not an easy winter. By no means necessarily. The energy that was very dominant on this planet was an energy that was high in anxiety. It was a very, you know, trying energy. It was a pressure. You know what I'm talking about? So for the people that made it through this winter and this spring and whatnot, you know, salute to you. Because I had this conversation the other day and I said, check this out. It's summer 2021. We are now a year and change removed from when they started the pandemic. And one thing that I could say, and one thing that I could definitely stand on, is that they have successfully put everybody, the majority of the world, a small percentage is not on this frequency, but a majority of the world collectively meaning that if we are all one, if we are all from one source and whatnot, and we are all part of the one, collectively, they have succeeded with putting us on one channel, right? Collectively, they've succeeded with putting the world on one channel, right? They've turned everybody's dial to one channel. And while they had the world on one channel, they bombarded and they inundated the populace with trauma-based programming. They've inundated us with fear-based programming. They've inundated us with falsehoods and with the opposite of an emancipation. They tied niggas up. They tied your hands behind your back. They hog-tied us. You understand? They put people in a fear paradigm and in a sunken place that I've never seen people before. So the levels of depression, the levels of hate, the levels of people with anxiety, the levels of niggas not want to get out the house, the levels of people just feeling down and out was all the way up. The level of people dying from heartache and all kind of crazy shit, the level of divorce, the level of people breaking up, that shit was up. That shit was up. Because people were on one accord. People were on one channel. People were on one frequency. And they were linking up. And you were able to identify your doppelganger by the mask. The mask was the quote-unquote totem. The mask was like the totem in quote-unquote the movie Inception. You know what I'm talking about? The mask was something to signify that I'm on the same page that you're on. We're on the same channel. We're on the same frequency. We're part of the same fucking gang. Who's this nigga without a mask? And who is he or her? Who are they with? What they down with? What they about? What's their story? You know what I'm talking about? So I said to somebody, if they ever say we got to get back to normal, there is no more normal, right? How could there be a normal when we saw the White Walkers climbing up the side of the Capitol? There is no more normal. You understand? And not only did we see that, but on the eve, right, on 100-year anniversary of Black Wall Street, and on the time where niggas is just finding out what Juneteenth is. I know there's people was like, what is Juneteenth forever? They just finding out and they still confused. Wait a minute. We celebrating the fact that they told somebody in Galveston that they was free 2 years later. We celebrating snail mail. You understand? We celebrating snail mail. We celebrating the fact that our people in Galveston didn't have a plug to the truth. They didn't have an outlet to the real world. You know what I'm talking about? And when we talk about Galveston, remember, there was other people who didn't even know that they were slaves. So you're talking about there's people in Galveston that found out that they was free. What about the people, what about the melanated people who lived in towns who didn't even know that they were slaves to be free? How about that? Nobody's talking about that. So you had that in some of these places where indigenous people were living and they had civilization in communities, and these communities recently got disrupted. You know what I mean? And we are now just finding out about Juneteenth. Some people just found out about Black Wall Street this year, and it's 100 years old. But there was an incident on January 6th where thousands of Europeans climbed up the side of the Capitol, and none of them got shot. But we live in a reality now when during the lockdown and the pandemic, George Floyd got killed in front of us on film, and hundreds of other Black men and women were slaughtered. But you have a society where the Europeans climbed up the side of a national, quote unquote, they had a national breach, right? They committed treason and whatnot, and near one of them got shot or even tased and whatnot. And you want society to say, let's go back to being normal again. Let's come outside. Now, not only that, you had a situation where they had our people in a fear paradigm for a year where they said that you're going to die if you take your mask off in the wrong place, you could die. And we don't have a cure for a situation, a pandemic or a virus that's killing a lot of people, but they didn't tell you that the recovery rate was 98%. But for the people who got corona, they said that shit was no joke, right? So they're telling you, yo, you could potentially die, and we don't have ventilators. They was like everybody every man for themselves for about 8 months. It was like that. Then they said we got a experimental vaccination. It's not even a vaccination. They can't call it a vaccination. It's an experimental shot, an RNA shot. You got to take 2 of those shots. They haven't tried this shot on anybody in the history of mankind or the universe or the world. They're like, yo, we're going to get everybody in the world one of these shots, and we're going to be able to go back outside. Then you find out the day after they delivered the shots, niggas is still getting COVID. They got the shot. And not only are they getting COVID, they're giving it too. It's in the shot. So imagine what the fuck is going on in the subconscious of billions of people right now. And then after you get the shot, there's news reports that usually come after they inundate you with a lot of fear. There's this 30-second blip where they're like, yo, in Indonesia, there's a new strain of COVID-19 where niggas is dying in one day. There's a new strain of COVID-19 when people's ribs are collapsing. There's a new strain of COVID-19 that has gonorrhea with it. There's a new strain of COVID-19 that makes you walk backwards. And it's coming right now. It's on its way to America. When it arrives, we don't know. That's what they're telling you. So they got people walking on pins and needles. We're going to lift the restrictions, but we need you to still wear your mask on the train, in the plane, and in the automobiles, and every other fucking federal building and other place where people gather. This shit is crazy. It's crazy. So for the family that was tapped into the truth, for the family that was tapped into the truth sayers and whatnot, who are not censored, because like I said, you cannot have emancipation if you can't even have free speech. You can't have emancipation if you don't have truth. You can't have freedom if you don't have truth. The absence of truth is non-freedom. There is no freedom without truth. So the brothers and sisters in Galveston did not have freedom because they did not have truth. They did not have freedom because they did not have truth. Our brothers and sisters that were working 9 to 5, they did not have freedom because they did not have truth. What do you mean, Red Pill? What I mean is, I wish I had my sound effects because the mind them is dropping bombs. Freedom from the work cycle, the 9 to 5 hamster wheel. What do you mean, Red? What I mean is, mind them didn't know that they had about 10 other options other than tapping into a 9 to 5. They didn't have the truth of stocks. They didn't have the truth of cryptocurrency. They didn't have the truth of the credit system. They didn't have the truth of the quote unquote entrepreneur small business system. They didn't have the truth of their motherfucking skill sets and their powers being able to make them millions and whatnot. They didn't have the truth of Bitcoin. They didn't have the truth of the Ethereum blockchain. They didn't have the truth of smart contracts. They didn't have the truth of yield farming. They didn't have the truth of compounding. You know what I'm talking about? They didn't have the truth. They didn't have the truth of the multiple courses that are out there. There's a lot of courses that are out there, and in those courses, there's layers of truth to them. They didn't have formulas. There's certain type of formulas right now. They didn't know that the creator economy was out here. They didn't know that the passion economy was out here. They didn't know. They did not know. They didn't have no understanding whatsoever. They had no idea. So in the absence of truth, there's no freedom. So how could you free yourself from whatever situation that you're in if you don't have any truth? Emancipation is not freedom, my niggas. Was Satoshi a prophet? Yes. Yes, he was. He is a visionary. Okay? And that's what we need. We need visionaries. Visionaries have truth in their visions because a visionary's vision comes true. So you got to have truth in your vision. You have a vision, you share your vision. And if that vision could be agreed upon by a selective group of people, it don't got to be the masses. You could, if you got 5 people that agree with your vision, my nigga, you have the rights to carry out that vision and bring it into fruition, my nigga, my naga, my negus. If you have a vision and you share it with your queen, this is Father's Day. Father is the son. The son is the one that comes with the force. The son is the force. The son is the light. The father impregnates. The father is the phallus. The father's the force, my nigga. He's the plug, right? The mother is the outlet. The mother is the receiver. You know what I'm talking about? The mother is the one who takes the force and she turns the force into something, right? So the planet Earth is the mother, right? The water, the ocean, the forest, the rainforest, all of that is mama. All of that is feminine. All of that is mama. We live in a binary universe. So there's no separating Mother's Day and Father's Day. There's no separating mother and father. Like you can't separate the child because the child comes from the union of the mother and the father, the feminine and the masculine. Mama, Migos ad-lib, right? Because mama gives birth to child. So think about it. The father is the son, right? The father's the son. He's the active principle. When the sun comes out, right? What happens? Things grow. When the sun comes out, what happens? Things wake up. When the sun comes out, what happens? Shit is, protected and hugged. The sun will protect you. It will protect you from the cold. It will protect you from the predators. It will protect you from, because you'll die in the cold. You'll die in eternal darkness. So what does the sun come out and does? The sun comes out tomorrow. That's what a rainbow is. That's what is the rays of light, the spectrum, the rays of light, life, right? Life, the code, right? The code is in the light. Light is the code. Light is DNA. That's where the code is. That's where life is. That's where the protein is. That's where the phosphorus, photosynthesis, the phosphorus light and whatnot. It's in the sun. That would be the sperm, my niggas. Huh? What did Kamala say? Don't come. Don't come. That's what Kamala said. That's what the sun rays are akin to the sperm or the seed, right? So when the sunlight touched the ocean, right, the water, an element on the planet, one of the 4 elements that deal with the quote unquote magic or manifestation, fire, water, air, earth. Whenever the sun touches any of them, he gives life to it. You've been in the ocean lately? Have you seen, did you find Nemo? Did you see the colorful fish in the ocean? Have you ever seen a whale from above? Did you see the dolphins in the ocean? Did you see the sharks in the ocean? Did you see the stingrays? Did you see the motherfucking tuna in the ocean? Did you see the barracudas? Did you see all of the life in the ocean? The sun gave birth to that, nigga. The sun gave birth to that. If there was no sun, how would those animals live in the ocean? Is that a facts, Blue? Those suns, I mean, those manifestations that you find in the ocean the sun is responsible for that. That's the father. They like, who's the daddy? The daddy is the son. The son gave birth to all of that. The father that's the father. Impregnates. And the rays from the sun obviously have information in them. The rays from the sun obviously have DNA in it. The light is information. So when it hits the earth and it mixes with the water or it mixes in the rainforest, who's giving birth to all of those birds? Who's giving birth to those jaguars and those tigers and all of the things inside of the rainforest? It's the sun. The DNA and the rays, like they have in Kemet. You see Akhenaten's stelae and whatnot, where the rays have hands to them. You know what I'm talking about? I'm just giving y'all a little this is coming up in a lecture that I'm doing at the end of this month, by the way. I just have to throw that out there. You know what I'm talking about? Link is in the bio. But the link in the bio we're going to cook this up today in Kentucky. The link is in the bio. Y'all can hit me on my inbox on the gram, but the link is in the bio on YouTube if you want to be a part of this live stream. You know what I'm talking about? But the sun's rays are impregnating the planet. The planet is fertile. The earth is mama. And the gods and the earths, let me put my Cash App right there in this Instagram. You know what I'm talking about? Because the best nation is no nation, and yeah. Matter of fact, if you want to be a part of the live stream, send 44 to the Cash App. The Cash App is right there, and we'll get you in there. You got to send your email as well, so we can send you the Zoom link. You got to send your email as well, so we can send you the Zoom link. All right? But the Cash App is right there. I'm going to pin it in the thing in it. I'm going to pin it in it. There you go. So the sun is impregnating the mama. The gods and the earths of the 5 percenters, they call the mother, they call the woman who? They call the goddesses who? The earth. Why they call the woman the earth? Because the earth is mama and the earth is sustaining us, right? Shout out to Fruits and Roots. You see the fruits that are growing on the earth that the brother Shaka Bars be showing in his videos. You see the quote unquote sea moss. You see the strawberries. You see the bananas. You see all of these things. What gave birth to it? It was the sun's rays, the DNA and the light code that comes down from the sun and whatnot. And it impregnates the father. So you cannot forsake your father. You can't say, I don't have a father because you got a father. You can't say, I hate my father because you can't hate the son. There's one race of people that I know. There's one race of people that I saw in the airport. Blue knows. Like, they different out here in Kentucky. They look different. There's one group of people who curse their fathers and have beef with their father. And I know why now. Because if you put them in the sunlight without any protection or any shield and whatnot, you will see that them and the father have a contentious relationship. Okay? Them and the father have a very, there's not an agreeable situation taking place. You'll see it in the sunburn. The father spanks them. So when you read scripture and they speak about the son that the father abhors and whatnot, and the father will always spank and whatnot, just think about what group of people will you put in the sun and they will get spanked. You know what I'm talking about? They will get spanked. They get stomped out. You know what I mean? They get stomped out and whatnot. They get spanked. Okay? So they are on a mission to destroy the creations of Father. That's why they poison the ocean. That's why they're doing what they're doing in the forest. That's why the rhino is gone. That's why the elephants are damn near off the planet. They took the bison off the planet. They've been able to eradicate many of the species that the Father has given birth to. But the Father, there's no such thing as extinct because, like I said, everything as above, so below. The Father will put that species right back on this planet when he deems it necessary. It will come through the sun's rays if need be. You got meteors that crash on this planet, bring they bring DNA and they bring quote unquote life to this planet. Don't get it fucked up. Life comes to this planet from above. Life comes to this planet from above, but life also comes to this planet from within. From within. You have to be able to identify what life forms are extraterrestrial and what life forms are terrestrial. But life is being created all around us. All is mental, my niggas. So as long as your mind, free your mind, right? And your ass will follow. Emancipation ain't freedom. Freedom. Free your dome. So on this Father's Day and on this solstice and on this quote unquote Juneteenth, the message that we're bringing to the family unapologetically is to free your motherfucking dome. Free your minds. Open up your mind, right? Open up your mind. Expand your vision. You know what I'm talking about? Grow your vision. You know, become a visionary. See your freedom. See your progeny 10 years from now, 20 years from now, living on their own lands. You fly in enough planes. You fly in the same airplanes that I fly in. How dare we fly over all of this fucking open land, and how dare we fly over all of this developed land, and we not developing no motherfucking land, like our hands are broke. You know what I'm talking about? What the fuck do we want? We think this is Tetris. We think the blocks are just gonna fall in place for us. You niggas don't want to build no buildings. You niggas don't even want to build huts, my nigga. You know what I'm talking about? You niggas don't even want to build huts. We could be living in huts on some other shit, like really getting it in. I'm seeing all of the Cancun and the motherfucking Tulum pics. I could, shorty, ma, ladies, sis, I build you a hut, my nigga. You could keep that bathing suit on, and you know what I'm talking about? You could stay treating your melanin to that vitamin D. You know what I mean? There's some smoothies in. We could just keep it real huttish. You know what I'm talking about? We could keep it a hut, a Huntington in a hut, my nigga. You know what I mean? I'll get you a hammock. We don't gotta, you know what I mean? You know how all of the baddies said that they just want to keep it simple. Stupid. All right, let's keep it simple. Pull up to the hut. You get flew out to a hut. You know what I mean? Is it that hard? Yeah, in Miami, they call them shits tikis. In Miami, it's a tiki. You niggas is in hostels with 18 Czechoslovakians and some niggas from Bosnia talking about you pulling up to somebody's state. Nigga, please. You're in a hostel, and it's hostile. (2021). We have 6 months left. I had a monumental winter. To be in hibernation, to be quote unquote shut down. I had a wonderful time in my shutdown experience, in my isolation, in my hibernation. But it's time to pop out right now. We going into 6 months. This is a countdown to 21 Savage. This has been a crazy year. There is no normal, so I'm not treating it normal anymore. I'm not going back. There is no going back. I'm not trying to do nothing that I was doing in 2019 or 20. I'm not revolving. I'm evolving. I'm not turning back, my nigga. I'm not motherfucking Lot. I don't want to turn into sand and salt, niggas. You know what I mean? I got tunnel vision. The possibilities of what they got out here for the possibilities right now is crazy. I promise you. The options of what a nigga could do in this world, you're not even going to be able to do everything. You're not going to be able to do it. It's so much shit popping right now. How could you do everything? I'm trying to figure out how to. I want to experience everything that's to be experienced. You know, it's time to go back outside. But when we go back outside, we not going back outside to just stand around. Not after what you niggas had us go through for 2020. This was a mind fuck unlike anything other. This was the illest mind fuck ever. You know what I'm talking about? They had all of you niggas on a respirator, ready to get a Imagine if they was like, you niggas could buy respirators like PlayStation 5s when they had niggas in a fear bag. Man. Yeah, 1 minute millionaire. That's where we at with it right now. We're actually past 1 minute millionaire, to be honest with you. I'm surprised that we haven't seen the demonstration of the 1 minute millionaire formula all over our community, especially coming out of the Clubhouse era. You know what I mean? I'm really surprised I haven't seen a 1 minute millionaire demonstration. But we're past that. We're in the DeFi metaverse. My nigga, we're in spatial reality. Did you hear the new music on iTunes, how it sounds with the new sound? We're in spatial reality. We're in virtual reality, augmented reality, immersive reality, motherfucking the metaverse. We're in the blockchain era. We're in quantum. Nigga, are you dumb or are you stupid? You know what I'm talking about? Are you dumb or are you stupid? Like, I read an article about an 8-year-old trader and he's on Robinhood and he's lit. Who's moving to Wyoming? If you're moving to Wyoming, real talk, please email me because decentralized autonomous organizations are legal. The LLCs are legal in Wyoming. In the 44th state. I'm about to go and buy the vintage Kanye Wyoming shirt because that shit is going to be worth mad bread in the future. I'm just throwing a nugget out there. If you could snatch up the Yeezy Wyoming, do that. Wyoming is lit. Just Google Yeezy Wyoming. So Wyoming is the first state to legalize the DAOs. It's on and popping. So we're thinking, we're looking into the future. We're looking into the future. We're looking at the Fact Initiative as a DAO. You know what I mean? We're looking at Stream Chasers. We're looking at KTL University. We're looking at Know the Ledger. Like, we're looking at a lot of things coming down the line. So we're going to talk about some things today in our presentation. Blue Pill has a very powerful presentation. He's going to be dealing with emancipation and freedom, and I'm going to be dealing with the evolution will be digitized. I'm going to give you the motherfucking bars. I'm going to show you how the blockchain and how decentralized financing is the future. In the now, I'm going to show you how NFTs and non-fungible tokens are the future. In the now, I'm going to give you the programs that you could use for real freedom, not emancipation, my niggas, real freedom, financial freedom, freedom from the burden of punching a clock, freedom from the burden of not being able to pass down anything to generations and whatnot, your progeny, the generations, not being able to leave them any IP. You got to leave them IP, my nigga, IP. That's what you want to leave them, IP, intellectual properties. The question, the $1 million question that I want to ask the family is, where's your book? Where's your book? Where is proof that you were here, my nigga? Okay? A book is proof that you was here. You could leave this planet, you become a motherfucking tattoo in a t-shirt, you become a part of a nigga t-shirt line, but where's your book? What's gonna last? Is your fucking Facebook updates? Is that what's gonna precede you? You know what I'm talking about? Is that what's gonna precede you? Can you start an investment group for the DAOs? Yes, you can. Inbox me about that as well. Yes, you can start an investment group for the DAOs. The DAOs are going to be the future. Mark my word, the DAOs are going to be the future. DeFi is going to be the future, but the DAOs are a part of DeFi the same way the smart contracts are part of DeFi, the same way the dApps are part of DeFi, and DEXs, decentralized exchanges. All of that is the right now, right? All of that is the right now. When you get into it right now, you are positioning yourself for the next 10 years to be in the quote unquote 1 or the 5 or the 10%. Based off of the fact, based off the fact that you're going to tap into about the amount of income streams that you could tap into are endless. Why am I saying that? Because the DAO is an automated business. And so is an adapt is an automated app. You could build as many of them as you want. Where's the bomb? I need my bomb. You could build as many of them as you want. So you could have 100 DAOs. That's 100 income streams, my friend. Okay? That's 100 income streams. So think about Uber and think about Airbnb, right? These are hybrid businesses, right? Think about Airbnb and think about Uber. These are what is considered a hybrid business because half of the business is automated. Half of the business is an app, right? It's an app. It's on your phone. You don't have to talk to anybody in order to get a room. You don't got to talk to anybody in order to get a car, right? You don't have a middleman. You don't have to talk to a human. You don't have to deal with a human, right? It's automated, and it takes you. You get in the car. You get dropped off, right? And you don't have to go in your pocket and pay anybody. You don't have to stick your thumb out to catch the car and whatnot. You order it from your phone. It's an app. We know that the other part of that business has humans working behind the scenes where they're in offices, they're taking phone calls, they're the logistics behind the quote unquote curtain and whatnot. With a decentralized autonomous organization, DAO, pronounced DAO like pronounced Taoism, right? And it's spelled DAO. What that is a fully automated business. It doesn't have any human component to it, right? No human component to it whatsoever. It is created with smart contracts and is created with code, right? So you could create an Uber where there's no humans, dealing with the cars are, let's say that there's a parking lot. In the future, cars are going to be driving themselves. They're going to be automation, right? Autonomous. So there's going to be scenarios where an autonomous car can park itself in its own parking lot. It could get, quote unquote, a signal that somebody needs a car, and that car could drive to that person, pick that person up, take them to their destination. That now, whatever was earned in that ride, that now goes into your bank account, and it doesn't have to go to anybody but you. There is nobody to split it with. There is no other party that has their hands in your pocket because you have an automated company, right? So that's the DAO. Don't get caught up in the quote unquote names and don't get caught up in the names, and because you don't understand what it is, you don't have the vision as to what it is the picture that I'm painting about what's on the horizon. It's not even on the horizon. It's here right now. It's here right now. So I'm giving you one scenario. A vending machine is a DAO. There's a vending machine downstairs. I had the munchies last night. I put $1.25 in the machine, and it gave me some munchies. It's a smart contract. It's right. A vending machine is a smart contract because the contract is the contract says if I receive $1.25, I have and somebody makes a request for some cookies, I have to release that to those people. And it happens like that without any intermediaries. There's no human contact. So that in a nutshell is what a DAO is, right? That in a nutshell is what a DAO is. So legislation just was passed in Wyoming that legalized the formation of DAO LLCs. It's on and popping, my niggas, right? It's on and popping. You're going to hear about this later in life, but I'm here with the motherfucking news. You know what I mean? As soon as it happens, you know what I mean? You know, there's benefits to membership. So we're going to explore not many other income streams, but we're going to stretch it, and we're going to give you about 8 or 9 income streams that are attached to the digital evolution that will help you attain freedom, not emancipation. not emancipation. Don't fall for that. And try not to have that conversation about you, some emancipated Negro. You know what I mean? Because you're not. You don't want to be an emancipated Negro. You don't want to be an emancipated Negro. You want to have the freedom to move around this planet as you see fit. You want to have the freedom of speech. You want to have the freedom of observing. I was in the airport the other day, and they was looking at me like, dude, they looking at my bracelets and my jewelry and everything. And in my mind, I'm like, there's nothing like being free, my niggas. There's nothing like being free. There's nothing like being your own fucking person. There's nothing like really standing out and you know, making people uncomfortable with the fact that they don't understand, you know, what category that you fit in. My time on the gram is running up. Y'all tap in though. Hit $44 to the Cash App to be a part of the live stream today. We will see you at 3 p.m. You dig? All right. Love and light. So, you know, it's nothing like that. That's I honor that freedom. I honor freedom to be able to move around and go to different cities and be able to teach the people and get off of the plane and people are recognizing me and they get excited when they see me coming to their city and whatnot. Like, I love that freedom. That's a beautiful freedom. I love the freedom of waking up and whatnot and being able to pursue my passion and it don't feel like work. That's a freedom. You know what I mean? I love the freedom of being able to, you know, speak my mind and inspire brothers and sisters to do better and to see themselves in a better light. That's freedom, because everybody don't have that freedom. Everybody don't got that freedom. You know? Everybody doesn't have that. So they've had our people hoodwinked for too long. But as a result of 2020 and the Jubilee, that's what I want to identify. The Corona rising, like Blue Pill, and we were banging that in your minds that this is the Corona rising. So as a result of that, people have woken up. You know, I can honestly say the December 21st event where there was a conjunction, there's been results of that. I've seen the results. You know what I mean? I've seen the results. You know, I've seen the shift that has taken place. And yeah, man. We're gonna highlight that. Emancipation. Give me 1 minute, y'all. Typing something in this Instagram title. The evolution will be digitized. Y'all all right out there? So yeah, man, you know, do you have anything that you want to share with the family, Blue, real quick? All right. So yeah, they try to distract the Jubilee with all of that fear mongering and making it about the pandemic and whatnot. But think about it. Naturally, right? Naturally, what was 2020 versus what took place, you know, and I won't say unnaturally, but I would say man was responsible for the pandemic. Man was responsible. It didn't come out of nowhere. It didn't just happen. A bat didn't decide to get sick. We know that was planned. So man interceded into something that was happening naturally, which was the Jubilee and whatnot. And, you know, or would you say that there was a divine hand at play? I would also reckon that there was a divine hand at play that put certain things into motion to speed up the process of the Great Awakening that took place in 2020, where people had the vision that 2020 represents and their third eye was opened up and their quote unquote eyes were opening up. And then during Memorial Day weekend, our brother George Floyd lost his life, and that basically set our people into a place where their eyes opened up even more, and they began to see these people for who these people truly are, versus what they've been quote unquote programmed to see these people as. And I said this yesterday as well. There was an elder at the spot that I pulled up to when I came to Kentucky, and I said to the family, look, to the elder was alive when you couldn't ride in the back of the bus. The elder was alive when you couldn't go into a restaurant and get something to eat. This elder was alive when you got on a plane, the people would get you out of first class and make you go all the way to the back of the plane and be talking crazy to you and looking at you like, I wish you would, nigga. I wish you would. The elder was alive to where niggas couldn't even get on a plane. How about that? And you mean to tell me that certain things wasn't that long ago and we need to forgive somebody because they're changed? They haven't even been given enough time to change. How could they change when the elder's still alive? Who gave them the incentive to change? What change when? Change when and where? The elder who shit like this was happening to, he's here. So the same people that was doing him crazy are here too. So change what? Why am I in Kentucky? I'm in Kentucky because we have a celebration today called a Knowledge Fest. Huh? We have a presentation, right? We don't have a celebration per se. I'm celebrating the solstice and I'm celebrating Father's Day weekend and whatnot. But we have a presentation titled the Knowledge Fest, right? And we're going to be joined by an array of speakers. All right, we have Sabir Bey, we have Dr. Boyce Watkins, we have Styles P as a musical guest, and we got Red Pill and Blue Pill in the building. All right, and this is at the beautiful Muhammad Ali Center, and they just named the airport after Muhammad Ali too. All right, so the Muhammad Ali energy is powerful, right? The Muhammad Ali energy is very present in Kentucky. I could feel his energy. The fact that this man was in love with the truth, the fact that this man was outspoken, the fact that this man spoke, truth to power and whatnot. That is something that we are going to be following. We share his sentiments. You know what I mean? We share in his quest to, find the truth. We share that. You know what I mean? So I want to tap into his spirit today, and I want to just deliver. I just want to speak my heart, and I want to speak to the hearts of brothers and sisters in Kentucky, and hopefully we can help them see things in a way that they may not have been seeing it before. We could put a new set of glasses on their eyes, a new lens in which to look through. We'll give them the proverbial red pill and the blue pill. You know what I'm talking about? Because when you take both of them, they have a better effect. You dig? So yeah, all of the fathers out there, y'all are important. We need you. All of the fathers out there that are representing for their children, we love you. All of the fathers out there that are holding it down for their seeds and whatnot. All of the stepfathers, all of the uncles and whatnot that's standing up, that's taking up, being good uncles and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? Salute to every single one of y'all. Y'all are very important. I know a lot of people don't hail up this day, but I just broke down how important the father is. I just broke down how important the son is in mythology and metaphysically, but also as above, so below in a household and in the lives of their progeny. I'm very fortunate to have my father in my life. I'm very fortunate to have a stepfather such as Dr. Sabi in my life. I'm very fortunate to have uncles who were there for me and stood and held it down for me and my brother in our lives. And I'm very fortunate to have master teachers. And I'm very fortunate to have father figures, people that I look up to and I respect. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm very fortunate to be amongst a lot of positive black men in all of my walks and whatnot, and to see what they've done, with their children. Hold on one So the character that me and Blue Pill were able to develop over the years, the integrity that we stand on, you know, the fact that we are good in every single hood and on all Martin Luther King boulevards, you know what I mean? It has a direct correlation to the divine masculine and the fatherly influence in our lives. I could directly say that a lot of that comes from being around some very powerful men who were all fathers. The majority of all of them were fathers. You know what I mean? And you know, they sacrificed a lot and they poured into me and my brother. And I thank every single one of them. You know, for the solstice, like I was saying, for the people who've been following the show and whatnot, you know that I've been saying winter time is time for hibernation. Winter time is the time that I shut down. I wasn't really out there like that all over, you know, dancing on Instagram, and I wasn't really out there. I wasn't moving around too much. You know, I was really dealing with family. You know what I mean? I was really dealing with healing, planning, researching, creating. I was doing a lot of creating, a lot of planning, putting a lot of things together, you know what I mean? Positioning things. So, you know, planting a lot of seeds. I was planting a plethora of seeds this winter, and now it's time to deal with the harvest of those seeds. So I'm excited about summer, the red summer. This is going to be a very powerful summer. We're going to put on for the summer. We're going to turn up this summer. We're going to raise the room this summer. We're going to shake the room. You know what I mean? You know, we're going to raise the bar a little higher like we always do. So, you know, look out for us. I got a lecture coming up at the end of the month. I'm going to announce the name of the lecture on Monday, and I'll also come out with the flyer. I'll be in Atlanta on Sunday. Shout out to my ATL family. We're going to be celebrating Cyrock's album release. No, not an album release. My bad. They're shooting a video for Beautiful. The Beautiful video shoot.
I feel it beautiful, 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 beautiful. You're actually beautiful. Like a movie and it's my girl is beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Shit, cutie with a booty too. From a doobie to everything beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. They decided to make it suitable. Like a baby out of my life is beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I'm a spirit in a human suit, but I wear it like a having a beautiful day. I wake up in my room and I pray. Then I go to the hoop and I play. Then I go to the booth and I aim. When I saw a rain cloud in the sky, I woke and blew it away. I make it blue when it's gray. It's nothing as new as today. I say what I do when I do what I say.
Shot a video last week. Ashe. Look out for that. That's coming. That was a movie.
Lay low, hey ho, hey ho, hey ho, hey ho. They know, they know, they know, they know, they know. Go better get made, go higher than Waco. Choppers and Dracos, cover that halo. Top of my lances, pay the manses. Pay for some answers. Play with the Panthers. Magical city, stay with the dancers. Play with the dancers. Stay with some answers. Stay with some answers. Stay with the cancers. No village media, stay with the answers. Stay with the dancers. Triple your chances, hit with the canvas. Lay low.
Check this out, y'all. African drill. Emancipation ain't free. Freedom ain't free, my niggas. Gotta go to war. Yeah, that African drill, my nigga. Yeah, that shit hit different. Demons. Lit. And we also rock the Tupac event too in Atlanta. Shout out to everybody out there. That was fire. Shout out to Tupac Shakur on his 50th anniversary. We were surrounded by some very talented people in Atlanta this weekend. It was fire. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to all of the performers. You know what I mean? So that's for this right here, Tupac 50 Black Roses. We'll have some of that footage available for our Patreons coming up in a few days. All right, so like I said, the link is in the bio if you want to be a part of the live stream. When me and Blue come on today, we're going to be live streaming our event. If you want to see it, if you want to see our lecture, which is entitled "The Evolution Will Be Digitized, Emancipation Ain't Freedom," all right, and that will be coming on around 3 o'clock. All right, the event is from 12 to 6. So shout out to everybody that's out there. I appreciate every single one of you. We will tap back in for Monday. You dig? Maybe we might be even getting a Melanin Monday live in Atlanta. Who knows? You feel me? Who knows? We'll see. But with that being said, talking about going to nuclear war. Okay. With that being said, go to the RedSummerMerch.com. We have CDs. We have new physical CDs. We also got face rollers and stuff like that. So tap in. Some of that merch. That Red Summer drip. Shout out to my Moors. Yeah. All right, y'all. So, love and light. Peace. Happy solstice. Happy Father's Day. All right. Love and light.